You know, a local bookstore is celebrating Juneteenth by putting Black storytellers front and center. Pages and Grapes hosting the Juneteenth Author Fest. It's happening this Sunday, and one of the authors taking part has a debut novel that blends history, magic, and her own family roots, inspired by the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. Joining us now to talk about that book, her heritage, and why events like this matter, author Kayla Hardy. Hi, Kayla.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here and appreciate it. Let's talk about the Author Fest first. Tell me about this. What's happening at the Juneteenth Author Fest at Pages and Grapes?
Pages and Grapes,
yeah.
And there will be wine, Michigan wine, and I'm from Ohio, so I'm excited to try it.
Okay,
but
get some wine.
It's a romance bookstore where like authors from I think New York, Detroit, myself from Ohio will be there. Just talk about like Black books and obviously to celebrate Juneteenth, which is a very important holiday.
Okay, for obviously a very important. Why? So talk about that. Why are books like this important? Why are events like this important for Juneteenth?
Because you know what, people say it for movies, like they're empathy vehicles, but obviously I'm biased, and so it's books. And I think books have that ability to put us in a character's headspace, specifically with like a historical 19th century, and you can learn about like their emotions, and you basically leave the book a better person because now you understand where they're at. And someone like Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen, is like filled with mystique, and obviously race is a part of it. And I think it's just important on Juneteenth to basically respect the history and the culture.
Yeah, you got to recognize that.
Yes.
Yeah, I love how you say that books are empathy vehicles.
They are. They are. I read everything and like things that I would never do, but it's a way to get into another headspace and heart space.
And to see maybe the world from a different perspective.
Different POV.
Right?
And we're all better for it.
Well, let's talk about your book then, The Quarter Queen.
The Quarter Queen.
I assume we're talking about the French Quarter?
We are.
Okay.
Of course, the one and only. So it follows the real life voodoo queen Marie Laveau, but also her daughter, Marie Laveau II, who is considered a little bit more wicked than her mother. So when her mother is cursed in the bayou, she has to basically step up, and then she has these like enemies circling, like witch hunters, a brotherhood of alchemists, and of course like a slave-holding society, and might become the next Quarter Queen. So it's like pitched as like a Sinners meets The Witcher.
Sinners meets some fiction, but loosely based in some historical fact.
Yes, with fantasy.
Yeah, a little fantasy involved, of course. Well, it's going to be perfect for Pages and Grapes.
Yes, it is. It has romance in it as well.
Okay. You have your PhD.
I do.
Right? And so how has that brought you into being an author? I mean, the academics alone.
I mean, I always wanted to be an author, but when I went and got my PhD, I became a folklore researcher, which was really important because, I was like, I want to write, but you realize that you need to do a lot of reading. Like if you don't know your history, you can't be a really good writer. Because people have done it before me, like Frederick Douglass and like Zora Neale Hurston. I was like obsessed with her. So it really helps with this.
Okay, so I'm assuming at this Author Fest we can pick up a copy of your book, obviously.
You can. And many others too.
Maybe get it signed, and you're going to meet a bunch of other, like you said, how many different authors are we bringing in?
I think there are 4 or 5.
Okay,
yes,
so we're gonna, more than a handful.
Yes.
There they are, and actually you're getting a little list of them on your screens right now. Juneteenth Author Fest, June 20th, Pages and Grapes, and some of the authors that you'll meet are, we know that one, Kayla Hardy, there she is, because she's right here on our couch. And of course, the Quarter Queen, if you can't make it to this event, is available elsewhere?
Everywhere, pretty much.
Okay.
A lot of people like to go to the libraries. I'm also a big supporter of indies. We have a really great indie bookstore in Ohio called Prologue Bookshop, which I love, in Columbus. So you can always order online from there.
Okay.
Right.
Support your independent bookstore.
Always.
That's the way to do it. All right. And you can do that by actually attending this event where you'll see Kayla. It's going to happen, as I mentioned, on the 20th, Pages and Grapes, from 3 to 6 in the afternoon. And it is an absolute free event. Kayla, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be right back.